I honestly think this could be the most forgiving golf bag setup ever, and for great reason. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson, welcome back to the channel. Today we have my 70-year-old 33 handicap. Dad, how are you?
Still here, still
here.
on.
So we're going to talk about your golf bag setup today, because there's a couple of things in here that you've been trying for a while now, a couple of things that you prefer, that you don't prefer, and that we're going to decide exactly what's going to go in the bag. But there's also some clubs in there which you've had in the bag a very, very long time, and you absolutely love them, and it makes golf a bit easier for you. So hopefully, guys, if you do enjoy this, make sure you subscribe. We're going to just discuss why forgiving golf clubs can help and in what areas they can help as well. Because if you're one of them golfers who doesn't really want to go for lessons, doesn't have the time, just wants to play with your mates on a weekend or on a Wednesday roll-up or something, then this video could really help you decide what clubs you go for next. So I'll let you lead us off first. Do you want to talk about what you've got this set in?
This is set at 10 A3.
A3, so it's a TSI one, which means it's the lighter version. It's got a lighter weight in the back, and it's got a lightweight shaft in here, the Ascent shaft from Aldila, 40 grams. And you were fitted for this quite a while ago, weren't you, back in the day?
Yeah, if you go back a few years, we went to Titleist.
Yeah.
And I would never have bought a Titleist driver because I always thought they were too difficult to hit.
Yeah.
But the guy set us up. His name was James Robinson.
It was, wasn't it, James? I know James very well.
And I just love this club. It's about as good as it gets for me.
And we have tried to match it and beat it, but we've not managed to do so yet. Great shot. Oh. Just caught that branch.
Who put that tree there?
Nice. That's a great shot. Clip the branch, but running down the left-hand side. And I'm going to put a video on screen now of the tee shot that my dad hit earlier. We've played a bit of a match today as well. Oh, he's a machine today. Great shot. And this for me is really, it's why it's so consistent, I think, and that's why you're so good with it, because you generally do hit fairways with it, don't you? It might not be the longest club in the world, but there was a point, and I'll speak about this more, where, well, you say it, you weren't enjoying your golf, were you?
No. No, I was struggling with the driver off the tee, and this seems to have cured it.
Yeah.
95% of the time.
And the big thing is, you just want that extra little bit of height. I always think if you're in a nice high drive and it's going kind of 150 to 200 yards, you're going to enjoy your golf, because if you're playing off the right tees, which my dad is doing here, the forward tees, then you're going to be set up to play some good golf. We're going to talk about what other clubs are in the bag to get a little bit further down there. You might be surprised what clubs you're hitting in from 130 to 140 when your club head speed has gone a little bit, but it's better than not playing. Do you want to go again with that one, or do you want to go ping?
Well, I'll go with a ping.
Go with a ping, because this is
the difference I feel with them.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one. This is Ping's version of the low spin, so it's got a really light weight in the end. It's also got a kind of Alta Quick 45 gram shaft in here.
Yeah.
Do you think the head feels a touch heavier than the Titleist?
I feel the shaft's fine, but the head just feels that little bit heavier.
Yeah, and if we look at that, you'll see it has got the high launch weight in there. If that ever wants to focus on there, you can see the high launch, and it is set up in the draw section as well for you. So the one thing you get in here, you get that adjustability, don't you?
Yeah. Which
is nice, as opposed to with the Titleist, you get the adjustable neck, but you don't get the adjustable weights at the back. So very give and take. Oh, nice.
Having said that,
that's the cat amongst the pigeons. That's bounding down the middle of the fairway.
That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, go again. See if you can, because consistency is key. So remember, I'm going to put on screen again the drive that my dad hit earlier on the match. You're okay being able to hit one of those. We actually hit two down the second hole, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let's relive that. Oh, nice. Machine today. Definitely lower.
Great shot. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's running. And as you can see, very consistent drives again, but I think the Titleist just outdid it. Can we get another one away with the ping? Nice. A little bit more movement on it, a little bit more cutty.
That's when I failed to turn my shoulders enough.
Yeah, and that's the shot. That's the shot for me, where even if it does go 10 yards further, 15 yards further, you're going to lose a couple of golf balls. That one's run into the bushes, hasn't it? Shall I put these away for you?
Yeah.
I need a bib. Like if we look at this here, this is your Titleist drive, and the ping. I mean, that's a totally different shot in you've got here. Your left-hand side, you've got to go over those bunkers to get near the flag. you're probably 30 yards further back than the ping.
Yeah.
We're going to get wet, aren't we?
We are.
That's not looking good. And then the final drive finished in here, and that is the last place you want to be, almost very chalk and cheese with the ping driver there. Yeah, you've got one down the fairway a little bit further, but unfortunately you've also got one here. And yeah, you're not making par from there, probably not even a net par, unless you take your medicine out that way. So the next club in the bag, we have got a 5-wood, which is also, funnily enough, ping G430, but you've hit it a little bit too far for that. This one, just take the cover off people for this one. And that is also the kind of high launch, as you can see. So guys, if you want to see a full video on this, I think it's probably worth us doing at some point. I mean, you can see just how much he's used it. It's one of your favourite clubs, is it?
It is. This 7-wood's more consistent.
Yeah, and we have done a video on this, so I'll link that in the description, but that's just a standard paradigm. You didn't like the Heavenwood as much?
I've got the Heavenwood in my other bag, and there's not a lot of difference really.
Yeah, okay. Right, let's hit some in with this. We'll hit one with each and just see which one's the best, because again, if you can have a club in here from, we're about 140, 150 yards out here into a bit of wind, it doesn't always need to be an iron. As long as you know how far it goes, you're going to play much better golf than if you just think, oh, I need to hit a 7-iron 150. Like that shot may not look beautiful, but as soon as I show you this, look at where that finishes. That is an awesome golf shot as the rain comes down here at what is usually a sunny Woolley Park Golf Club. Would the 5-wood be very different for you there?
Yeah.
So with the 5-wood, would that land further?
Would land, yeah.
Let's have a go.
5-wood would go do you want to go back a little bit?
No, just go with this, because I think you've got the beauty about this, you've got the big mound behind you, so if you look at that, if it does go further, it'll come back down. The beauty for me here is it's a club where you shouldn't have to hit it really well to get the results from it. Even that, watch this run now, is it going to catch that bunker?
Yeah.
Oh, just caught the bunker. But for me there, I think there's a lesson here in that the more lofted club from most places is going to be more beneficial for you, because it was easier to get up in the air. You've seen there that my dad does have quite a steep angle of attack. There are divots taken with most golf clubs, even the putter sometimes. But as long as you've got more loft on there, it's going to get airborne, it's going to run. This time of year where things are running, do you struggle a little bit more in winter when the ball's not running?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's quite an obvious...
I'm playing about 3 or 4, 5 shots better
in the summer.
Than I'm playing in the winter.
Yeah, and the big thing as well there is, yes, you could go for a lesson, you could try and shallow that angle of attack, you could try producing more dynamic loft, but at 70 years old, are you bothered?
No.
Right, there's one more club I want to talk about before we get absolutely piss wet through, and it's a club that, is it the longest standing club in your bag? How long has this club been in your bag? That long.
Yeah.
And I think
at least 12 years.
At least. I thought you had it when I was a junior, actually.
Actually, it might be longer.
Because you had one with a big thick pin grip on it.
And what it was, I was playing with a guy and he didn't like it, and I gave him 25 quid for it.
You've got to love these stories, haven't you? That never happens anymore. I'll pick you.
And he'd only played with it twice.
Yeah. And the club we are, of course, talking about is this one, the Ping Crazy Putter. This is one of Ping's old, well, really, really old putter from the G5 range. That shows just how old that is.
Man on a motorbike it was.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? If you turn it that way. Man on a motorbike with the leathers on there. And you've also got the kind of Ping thick grip on it as well. You used to like the flat grip, didn't you?
Yeah, but I like this one.
Now, the big thing I like about this, guys, if you look at it, it's just designed for kind of super high MOI. And I know new putters do always say, oh, we've got more MOI, we've got more forgiveness, more technology. But generally, it does put well with this. And again, it's something where you could look at the technique, you could try and get the technique better. But for me, if you're not wanting to go and pay for lessons, just have something that you're comfortable with. Have something that you've had in the bag for a while. Don't go chopping and changing with your putter. It's not like... There we go, look at that for a shot. Go on. It's not like a driver where you could potentially go and pick up ball speed, pick up launch angle. It's just something that if it's going to be nice and forgiving, you are comfortable with it, you know how it's going to come off on fast greens, on slow greens, you're going to get the pace there or thereabouts, you're not going to cost yourself shots, and you're going to be comfortable with it. So, would you ever swap that now, probably?
No.
No?
Because I've got two.
Right, just in case.
Well, no, my other one's in the other set of clubs that I've got.
Oh, right, over in Spain.
Yeah.
Right. Well, guys, there you go. I think that is potentially one of the most forgiving sets of golf clubs ever. You'll see we've not really spoken irons much there. You're thinking about putting those hybrid irons in, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
So it did have...
So if you thought you were going to win them...
Well, we might... They are going to be given away. We might have to buy him a set, unfortunately, at £75 a club. Luckily enough, they are quite affordable, so when your birthday's coming up. But for me, you had those one-length irons and that never worked for you.
No.
That was an experiment, and for me, you didn't have enough club head speed to get the ball airborne, so it didn't really work that well. You even shortened the other ones.
Yeah.
So
I had to shorten everything from 8 iron
yeah,
down.
yeah. And then they were just strong lofted, so it didn't really work out that well. But these are the clubs that we're on about, guys, so if you want to see that, the videos are now live. I've got a review of them, my dad's now done a review of them as well. If you want to win them, go check out those videos, subscribe, like, and I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. It stopped raining. Fantastic. See you tomorrow. Bye.